My name is Yusuf KUN. I come from Turkey, a city named Bursa, but I was actually born in Erzurum. At the moment I'm 20 years old, and back in Turkey I was studying in Tohoku University. I was studying molecular biology and genetics. But here in Japan now, at Tohoku University, I study biology. Nice to meet you.
So why did you choose Japan as a destination for study, and why Tohoku University?
Well, that's a big question. So in the beginning I didn't really have any connection with Japan, not a direct one at least, and the way everything started was actually by studying Japanese. Once I started studying Japanese with a friend of mine, I started learning a lot about scholarships and a lot about the culture as well. So learning all about them at the same time and my teachers' encouragements brought me to applying for the MEC scholarship. And I actually just had it in my mind as an alternative way of studying. My main focus was on Turkey. But then it turned out well and I got accepted. And then at that point I had to make a decision. Would it be Japan or would it be Turkey? And then I compared the two countries and decided that I really have interest and really feel passionate for studying in Japan because of its culture, because of its working culture, because of its study culture, and definitely its academic success. And of course the economical possibilities here, they're on a different level compared to Turkey. So that was what made me choose Japan. And afterwards, once we got into our preparatory course in Japan, we studied for exams, and the results of those exams would actually determine our final university. And how Tohoku University was determined was, well, according to my grades. And I put Tohoku University quite up high in my preference list, and the reason why I did that was Tohoku region was like one of the rare regions where you can both see the Japanese tradition and culture and the technological development of society at the same time. And that's what I wanted to experience. So cities like Tokyo and Osaka were a bit too big for me in general, but Sendai, for example, was a very special place in that meaning. So the region is one thing that made me choose Tohoku University. And other than that, Tohoku University, well, as a lot of you may know, had been ranked as #1 in Japan for the past 3 years by Times Higher Educations. And other than that, it is known for its ideology of research first, Kenkyu Daiichi. And that is one thing that really caught my eye because I also wanted to become a researcher in the future. And afterwards, Tohoku University in particular was also known for its fame in natural sciences, especially physics. And as I also wanted to study natural sciences, I thought it would be a perfect spot for me. So I put it up in my list and was lucky enough to get accepted. So that's actually a story of 4 years. Well, I first started studying Japanese during my high school years. There was this foundation called the Turkish-Japanese Foundation in the city of Ankara, and I started studying both the language and the culture over there for 1.5 years. But afterwards, I also heard about a lot of scholarships and their application periods, and realized that I should hurry up in learning Japanese, or else I won't be able to, well, get accepted to the scholarship. So I stopped studying there and decided to move on with a private teacher. And I did find one and started studying with her for another year, maybe a bit more. And that year actually helped me out a lot in terms of grammar and a lot of other things. And after taking the examinations, I was lucky enough to be accepted. And especially once we came to Japan, there was this 1-year preparatory course that taught us both Japanese and natural sciences in the Japanese language. So that helped us out a lot. We really got to comprehend the language and also obtain the naturality of the language. That helped us out a lot. And for the time being, I'm just continuing my studies in daily life. Well, up till now, it's been a blast. I mean, this city is like one of the only places you can see nature and modern society in one place. And for maybe those who know Sendai a bit better, there's a festival called Aoma Festival, and they actually celebrate the green leaves, the upcoming of the green leaves in the city, which shows us how beautiful the city is. And other than that, transportation-wise, I've never experienced any problems, though I did prefer to buy a bike for myself. And that's also been a different experience to see the city on a bike. But yeah, other than that, I really don't have any complaints.
And what about the food, Japanese food?
The food, well, that's a different story. I couldn't really get used to the food here in Japan, not in Sendai only, but in Japan generally. But the thing is, for students like me who come from a Muslim country, those who need to find halal food won't have that many problems in my opinion, because you can find a lot of halal stores around the dormitories. And other than that, there are also some restaurants that do serve halal food, so I didn't experience any difficulties in that meaning either. So, well, you can manage in Sendai. 素晴らしい教育と充実した学生生活があなたを待ってる。ぜひ東北大学に来てね。